Why is American home birth so dangerous? Is home birth safe? That depends on where you ask the question. In much of the developed world, home birth is a fringe practice, at about 2% of births or less. For obvious reasons, childbirth is inherently dangerous, and if an emergency occurs, the baby or even the mother may die. Indeed, in the United States, the switch from home birth to hospital birth over the 20th century was accompanied by a more than 90% decrease in neonatal mortality and nearly 99% decrease in maternal mortality. Antibiotics, blood banking, safe C-sections and neonatology have combined to change death in childbirth from common to rare. But there are places in the world where home birth is relatively safe, like the Netherlands, where it is popular at 16% of births. And in Canada, where it appears safest of all, several studies have demonstrated that in carefully selected populations, there is no difference between the number of babies who die at home or in the hospital. In contrast, home birth in the United States is dangerous. The best data on the practice comes from Oregon, which in 2012 started requiring that birth and death certificates include information on where the birth occurred and who attended it. The state's figures show that year, the death rate for babies in planned home births with a midwife was about 7 times that of births at a hospital. Many studies of American home birth show that planned home birth with a midwife has a perinatal death rate at least triple that of a comparable hospital birth. The perinatal death rate refers to the death rate of babies in their last weeks in the womb and first week outside it. Could racial or economic differences, or poor prenatal care, explain this deadly difference between home births here and in Canada? No. The relevant statistic is again perinatal mortality, and on that measure, the countries are roughly equal. The problem is that there are 2 types of midwives in the United States. The first, certified nurse midwives, called CNMS, are perhaps the best educated, best trained midwives in the world, exceeding standards set by the International Confederation of Midwives. Their qualifications, similar to those of midwives in Canada, include a university degree in midwifery and extensive training in a hospital diagnosing and managing complications. The other, certified professional midwives, or CPMS, fall far short of international standards. One 2010 study of midwives published in the Journal of Perinatology found that home births attended by nurse midwives had double the neonatal mortality rate of hospital births attended by nurse midwives, while home births attended by CPMS and other midwives had nearly 4 times that rate.